Hello, beautifuls of the feed. I'm going to be doing a reading for you today. It's going to be a general reading, and it's going to be about your significant other or the person that you're thinking about. So I'm just going to start off by getting the general energy first. So we shall do that. Let's see what it is. So the first card that came out is the Lover's card. It's really cool. I like that card. The card gives me good feelings. So that's just kind of like giving me a vibe of like duality, being balanced, and union and partnerships. And I feel like you're drawing those things in at the moment because of your current energy. I feel like your current energy is very loving and very in tune with itself, if that makes sense. But I'll get a bunch more cards to come out just to see what the situation is. What is the situation? All right, what do we have? Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of a feeling that this person that you're thinking about has been doing a lot of work on themselves. And I feel like they have been very quiet for a while. All right, I'm just spreading these all out. There's so many. So we have the Five of Swords, which the Five of Swords really gives me a vibe of like almost like being sneaky in a way because I feel like this person is like being distant, but I also feel like they're currently like making a change. So I feel like this kind of representation of how I'm feeling is it feels like they're cutting like toxicity out of their life, which I feel could be a person or a group of people or a current situation that they're in. That's how I feel about that. And we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is like new feelings, giving like intuition vibes and like almost like the universe giving you like an awakening in a way. So I feel like on the other side, the significant other is basically going through what I would call as a spiritual awakening. Um, so I think it's really beautiful. The next card up we have is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is really just giving me like they are like throwing away their old values or their old things that like hold them back. I don't really want to say traumas, but traumas comes to mind. And obviously, like there is this a vibe of like them getting rid of a situation, and I feel like it's a group of people or it's a certain person, which is quite interesting. So I feel like, yeah, so like the Hanged Man is giving me that vibe of like sacrificing something. So it's like something that I've had for a long time, but like I think they really do think that you are like the one, like that person that makes them happy and 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 they get along with you. And like I just feel like this person is really doing the work to try to make the situation that you and them both want work. I feel like the universe is making this possible. Excuse me. So next up we have the Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups is really just giving me like they're feeling very romantically drawn to you, and I feel like they are following their heart towards you, and I think that's what's driving them on this journey of healing. That's what I'm getting from this, and spiritual growth. And I feel like they're trying to get to a point where they are on your level. Um, so they can be like energetically vibrating at the same frequency as you, and things can flourish and bloom together. Next up, we have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is an interesting card, which is like, I think it's a feeling of like how they feel with you and you feel with them. I feel like it's a feeling of luxury, and I feel like it's giving me really like, I feel like they want to be like emotionally available for you. And I feel like you've always been emotionally available, but I feel like they're the ones that need to be emotionally available for you. And a lot of this situation, I think, is them making such a change and sacrifice that they want to, because they understand that if they don't, they'll lose something that is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, which I think is the person that's watching this. I think you are very empathetic person, very caring, loving, and I think you've been through a lot. And I think this person understands those things, and they are doing the progress. So that's what I get from this. So the next two cards are the Hermit and the Fool. So Hermit and the Fool give me... The Hermit gives me like hope. It gives me the vibe of hope and yeah, hope. I'm hoping. That's what it's saying in my head. I'm hoping. So the Fool also gives me this vibe of like newfound energy and newfound like love and newfound connection and like this newfound outward energy. So I think this person and you, it's more so this other person, what I'm getting from this card is they're hoping that things are going to work because they are putting in all this effort. And they get that they haven't been around for a while in your life. And the Hermit really gives me that they haven't been around because they've been doing all this work and they're hoping so much. And I feel like they're trying so their best to like become the full energy, which I guess is like how I'm feeling is like what your energy is that you're like just kind of like vibing with the flow, and you're going with it and you're letting things blossom, and you're not having like the self-doubt and like those things. So I feel like that person wants to get to that energy with you. There are a couple of things that I get here that might be holding the situation back on their side, which they might be a little bit worried. And also, I do see a positive outlook from this. I do think the universe wants these things to work out. So we do have the Eight of Swords, which I feel like they still feel a little bit trapped by emotions, and they still find it hard to express themselves. But the next card really gives me a vibe of the Knight of Wands, which gives me a vibe of like they want to develop and they want to adventure and they want to they want to come forward and express themselves in a way that they haven't before. So what I'm getting from that card. I think they also have this worry that they don't have enough. So I do feel like in this period of time where they haven't been around as much, they've been working on their financial stability as well as their emotional stability. So the Five of Pentacles really just gives me that they have been in their own feelings and in their own kind of mind about like maybe some spending that they've been doing, or like maybe they just don't feel up to scratch, or like they don't have enough to like I really don't know. I feel like it's this feeling, this self-doubt feeling that they have. So I feel like they do still struggle with a little bit of self-doubt. And this last card here is very interesting, which is the Sun. And the Sun gives me like joy and like success and like celebrating things and being really positive and vibing and like going with the flow, and the energy is kind of like coming to like a really good place. So I think out of all of this, I really am vibing with this, and it really goes to show that sometimes being patient is the best thing. And I really do think the universe wants you to be happy, and I think the universe wants that person that you're thinking about to be happy too. And I feel like if you are on the same level as what I'm thinking, then like if you've done the work and you've even done spiritual work to figure those things out, that this person is that soulmate connection, or I would say soulmate connection. Um, Maybe not twin flame, but like soulmate connection is what I get from this. So if you've done that work to know, then this is for you. It's really powerful. I'm going to go on to some other cards and just get some in depth like I normally do. So let's go to these cards, which I read upside down and right way up. By the way, if you are resonating with this, please like the video and subscribe if you're new, and also leave a comment because I love reading them, and some of them are so beautiful. So thank you so much. I want to appreciate all the support that I've been getting lately. Alrighty, let's see. What do I want? I want some just like clarification on the situation that is happening for the person that's watching. What resonates? What do you need to focus on while this person is healing? Wow. Okay. Well, this bottom one want to fall out too. Okay. We have the Page of Swords upside down. It says frivolous, cunning, careless, defensive, incompetent, ideas without action, and gossip. Interesting. Excuse me. So this card's really giving me a vibe of like you need to be more balanced in this area. Like I ultimately just get like maybe it's more of like a feeling defensive and like being a bit defensive about things. I feel like that can ultimately come to light when someone is taking space away from you. You might feel certain ways, and it might make you overthink. So I would just like, try not to do that. Like maybe this is what I'm getting from it. Like meditation is a good thing. A lot of people already do it, but like 20 minutes a day. I do 20 minutes a day, every day. So we do have the Empress here, and it just says, be happy with the results of your actions. And it says fertility, beauty, happiness, nature, pleasure, development, and success. So I do feel that there is a lot going on, and there is a lot of work going on and hard work. Oh, there's a card on the ground. There is a card on the ground. Huh. Pride of riches, delay, fear, apprehensions, doubt, ignored. So with that last one, obviously I feel like the development and success is like there, and I feel like there might be a little bit of self-doubt on your side right now about something that's happening. I feel like you feel like it's being delayed, or maybe some fear is delaying it. Maybe you've been overthinking the situation, like a project that you're working on or some things that you're doing. I feel like maybe the vibe is going to like thinking too much about what you can do with like say some money that you're getting, or like that's what I get from that card. The King of Pentacles, it's upside down, and it just says material, dull, corrupt, stubborn, miserly, authoritarian, and controlling. So that's pretty intense, but I don't really get any of those things from it, except for like maybe like dull, feeling a bit dull and being a bit more material about things. As I say that, I realize that I've changed my setup, but I just turned my table. This is where I normally make soap. to be honest. So just letting you know that, yeah, it took me so long to set this all up, and I kind of love it. The next one is the Knight of Pentacles. Take a methodical approach and you'll achieve your dreams. So yeah, this is really deep. I feel like there are some issues or some things that are just happening and some thoughts and overthinking. I get a lot of overthinking from all of this, and like maybe thinking about the wrong things, of like maybe thinking about the material side of what you can do when your success like builds more. I feel like it's kind of interesting that I get that, but it does say dull on this one. There's two of them that say dull. So yeah, I was really getting that dull feeling before, like things were feeling dull. So like the meditation thing from before as well. I feel like 20 minutes of meditation a day is probably something that you should look into. Or something that I do is I'll listen to binaural beats, or sometimes I do the HemiSync and um, those kind of things. So, like, if you want to look into like frequencies and healing and stuff like that, then YouTube has so much of that as well. So I do feel like something needs to be done, like to keep balance and like to keep grounded. So the meditation thing is really coming to my mind so much right now. All right. I'm going to move on to the affirmations like I normally do. So let's get some affirmations today for you. So that part made me feel tense. Okay. Let's get some affirmations for you today. Let's bring the sun back. All right. We got some. We have the Queen of Swords. I speak my truth with confidence and I get my point across clearly. The Hanged Man. I'm adaptable and open to new possibilities. The Chariot. I have the power and motivation to shape my own destiny. And the Hierophant. I respect and learn from sacred spiritual traditions. I really feel like that does quite line up with the things that I have been talking about. Like shaping your own destiny, like the things like removing the fear and self-doubt, and then respect and learn from sacred spiritual traditions, like meditation, like becoming more balanced, and maybe looking to like frequency healing, or like, I didn't say anything else, but like there are other things that you could do. And I am adaptable to and open to new possibilities, which is the vibe that I got from before, because the Hanged Man came out before. And that's like more about like being more open to a possibility of something that hasn't happened for a while, or like the idea of the significant other essentially actually working on their healing, and like that's why they haven't been around, because that's essentially exactly what that says to me, for my intuition to come through. And I was very strong today. I felt like I was very strong today. And then the Queen of Swords is like speaking your truth with confidence and getting your point across clearly is very much something that a lot of people find hard. Like, man, I just like in my situations, whenever I do it, I feel like I start shaking or something, or it's not like I'm getting angry. It's like I get, it's like nervous. It's like the adrenaline starts pumping when I start like speaking my truth. And I'm just like, whoa, the energy that it can create is so powerful. So I really do think this reading is super powerful today, and I think it's meant for a lot of souls. As that it feels like. I am going to move on to the hidden heart secrets. So let's get the hidden heart secrets from you and the significant other. Let's do 3 of each. So the first one we'll do for you. What's hidden in your heart for this situation? Can you help me see more clearly the situation? Okay, we'll just take the first 3. And we'll get 3 for the other person that you're thinking about, significant other, soulmate. What's their hidden heart secrets? 3. Sweet. All right. So your ones are conflicted decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. So it's giving me a vibe of like there could be other things that you could do, or there could be other people that are interested, or even coming up energetically because your energy is different. Chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. I do feel like you have chemistry for this significant other, and you have spark and passion. Like I feel like that is there, but I feel like because there's been such a distance, I feel like those that has like kind of dissipated a little bit, so you become conflicted. And I feel like right now you're trying to not talk to this person because weirdly I feel like this is what they do to you. So I feel like you are kind of doing the same thing back to them. It's almost like treat people the way you want to be treated, but it's in a way it's just you're just doing what they're doing. So you're not like trying to chase them. So running, ghosting, disappearing, and invisible. So I feel like you're not ghosting them essentially, but I think you're invisible and you've disappeared a little bit. Like you're not sending messages as much. You're not putting so much energy. Like you've almost like disconnected, but not in that way like that you have like given up. I feel like there's still hope there. You're just like doing your own thing. Okay, so significant other, or the person that you're thinking about, is bitterness, resentment, anger, and hurtful words. So I think that they have said some. I feel like they got really angry with you, and they said some really hurtful things that just are so hard to come back from. I feel like the resentment. I feel like they think that you resent them for it, but I don't know. I just think this is how they feel. They feel like you resent them for that, and that they're like angry at themselves, and they like were angry at you, and they said some really bad things to you. So I feel like they're a little bit better about that because they are feeling guilty. So they have resistance. So this one says secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. So like this really kind of goes to show like the distance and like the space that's been happening. They appear timid, right? Like suppressing how they feel, and they are secretly admiring you from a distance in this time. So I feel like that's kind of like really telling. I feel like in this moment when they have been distant, they have been like reminiscing and dwelling and looking back on the memories, because this one's memories, and it's a little bit bittersweet for them because I think whatever's happening is like the distance is making them realize how great you are and how amazing you are. Like, you know, you're like the one I think they're like having that spiritual awakening thing, like I said earlier on in the reading. And I really think that they know that you are very special, and they are doing everything that they can to open themselves spiritually and become this like person that you deserve. That's really what I get from this reading. I'm going to do one more set of cards because this is how my readings go. And we'll do Gaia. Gaia is fire. All right. Can you please give us some messages for both sides? And we'll do 4 for each. This will be the first one for the significant other. We'll just alternate. This one will be for you, significant other. These cards are so new. There we go. And then one more there. There and there. Alrighty. Let's take a look. So the ones for you we'll do first, and they are Eternal Dance, Movement, Wheel of Life, Path of Least Resistance. So that one just gives me like it always like makes me feel like go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the flow. So funny that that's what's in my head. And it's just like kind of like releasing and like going with it and really enjoying the ups and downs of things as well. Um, yeah. So that's what I get for you. It's definitely a very clear message that I got. Go with the flow. So funny. Enchanted Forest. So we have Enchanted Forest, mystery, magic, and excitement. So I feel like this is something for you that really just gives me like this thing where I feel like you've come to this point in your journey where you know magic's real and seeing is not believing, believing is seeing. And you have this excitement for it. So you have excitement for like magical things and mysticism, maybe. I don't know about mysticism, but like, you know, like the magic and the realm of spirit. Yeah. So I feel like you're very excited and you love the mystery of all of it. Um, what else I'm getting from that before I move on from it is that I feel like you have created this like enchanted forest around you for some reason. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like you have this like energy. This is enchanted forest energy. Okay, purification, fire, bare essentials, the naked truth and wholeness. So this one really just like gives me a good vibe of like you being like grounded in your grounded in like your happiness with certain things. And I think your true happiness really comes from knowing the truth and feeling whole. And you feel whole by just looking after yourself. And I feel like that's like self care, that kind of bare essentials thing, you know, like you feed yourself, you make sure you have a roof over your head, you make sure like I don't know, like you if you have an animal, you're like feeding your animal, like all those kind of things, you know, like I'm pretty sure you can, yeah. So it's like I think that like you really get happiness from just that, and anything extra is like something that you're just like so grateful for because you have this energy. I really do think earlier we were like looking at those things and it was interesting because I do think that some like we're all human, right? And we slip up sometimes. So I do think this is like coming from your true inner self or like higher self, that you are truly happier when you don't think about those material things or you don't need as much like that, because when you just look after yourself and you like do some meditation and you know like connect and do it in a way that is for the greater good with intentions and all that kind of stuff. I really do believe that um, you bloom and blossom like that. So the last one for you is healing, and it's reconnecting with your true nature. And I just like had to smile so much just then because that really just kind of represents and goes from what I was last saying. That I think that like you are just doing like this miracle healing right now. Uh, why do I have a feeling that this is like maybe, you know, incarnations, last incarnation? Why am I've never heard of that before. Is that a real thing? Last incarnation? Well, I get that from it, and I don't know anything about that. It's like reincarnation. Is there a last incarnation? I get this spiritual feeling of like enlightenment and like this thing where like you having this like supersonic, like super boosted, like spiritual experience. And that's what I got from it. That's what it was saying. Well, okay. Anyway, If you are resonating, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. So I'd say it again before we carry on. So this is for your significant other, for these cards. Your significant other cards is peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. So that really goes with this reading today. They're really putting the time and the effort into releasing and like dissolving the things that hold them back. And this is really giving me like healing trauma and like, like getting rid of those patterns and cycles for them, like dissolving. It's like one of the things I like, negative mind. It's like a curse. It's, karmic debt. And I feel like they're really paying for that, like paying it at the moment so that they can be with you, which is really intense, but like that's really what I get. We have Winter's End, regeneration, rebirth, and positive outcome. So that gives me positive energy right now. They really are regenerating themselves and rebirthing themselves. Does seem like there's going to be something positive. Winter's End. I'm in the southern hemisphere, so winter is just about ending. So soon for everyone that's watching this. 9 of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. This person is doing a spiritual thing. Like I really get that they're doing spiritual awakening. They had that happen. I wonder if this person has been going through some sickness at the moment. Headaches, stomach issues. And like maybe a little bit mentally not well. That's what I'm getting. From that card, that's, whoa, okay, I'll show you. That's what I got from that. The 9 of Hearts. Fulfillment, harmony, and protection. I feel like they're becoming protected. They have changed so much, and like they're having that awakening, and they're realizing that they have this protection that they never had before. Or maybe they gave up their faith a long time ago, I feel like that's one of those things. What is this next one? Reflection, illusion, self-examination, and distortion. Oh yeah, they're definitely digging deep. I've gone deeper than they've ever gone to before. That's what I get from this. They love you, like deeply, and they love themselves deeply because they want to do this for themselves and they want to do it for you. And they want to do it for spirit. Wow. I'm gobsmacked. This reading was amazing. Fascinating. It's very interesting. If you do resonate, please, you know what to do. And I'll be back in another one very soon. And I hope you enjoyed the new look of my recordings. Anyways, I'm going to just let you know that you can check out my music on SoundCloud if you like. There is a community post that you can go check out, and there's a link to the album. So if you want to do that, that'd be sick. Let me know if you did do that and if you do like any of my songs. I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.